everybody, welcome to another episode of the Sports Pod. Today we're going to learn how to smash the Pec Major and the Pec Minor. But before we even go into that, let's talk about the anatomy. So Dr. Jackson is going to be my awesome whiteboard. Get it? Whiteboard? So what we want to do is, our Pec Major is like our major chest muscle, and it attaches from our clavicle to our sternum all the way to our greater tubercle and our humerus. And I'm going to draw it out in black ink here. It goes like this, all the way under, like so, and then all the way up, like that. Good. All right, so that's your Pec Major, and if we go a little bit closer, you're going to see the outline of that. That's fantastic. All right, so now I want you to remember that in the Pec Major, it's a lot of striations. It's a fan muscle, so it just fans out like this, right? So there are striations all the way up into this point. That's an important thing, because when we smash into it, we want to smash into those striations. The second muscle that we wanted to talk about is the Pec Minor. Now the Pec Minor comes from our second, third, and fourth rib, and it comes up like this into our coraco process, like so. It's a small muscle, but that's the muscle, and it's right under our Pec Major. So just like that. All right, so I'm going to show you how to first smash into your Pec Major. Well, how we first smash into our Pec Major is we're going to use a bigger ball. And the reason why we use a bigger ball, such as this, as opposed to that ball, is because this is going to get a greater surface area into our pec. It's a really big muscle. So the first thing he's going to do is he's going to get into a bully position. So a bully position is our hand behind our back and turn around. Like so, okay? So hand behind our back, up as high as possible. This allows us to create the most amount of tension into the Pec Major. All right, so now what you're gonna do is, he's gonna find a wall, I'm the wall, and he's going to roll around all the way through his chest, okay? And he's gonna find areas that aren't great. And he'll probably, like from what I'm feeling, is an area right through here. Yeah. Okay, so it's a very superficial muscle. You don't have to go too deep into it, but you do have to give it some tension. So I'm giving him some tension. How does this look on the wall? Go into the wall, Dr. Jackson. I'll hold that. Thank you. Right? He's getting into it. Right, there you go. All right? And he's going to push into it, and now what he's going to find is that trigger point, and he's going to find that trigger point and really work around it. He's going to go counterclockwise and clockwise. Because what are my two rules about smashing? Our first rule is creating tension. The tension is coming from our bully stretch and also leaning into it. The second thing is time. You have to give it some time. And he's going to give this 90 seconds, all right? So he's going to smash that into for 90 seconds. All right. Our second thing is our Pec Minor. Now, we could go to the Pec Minor through our Pec Major, but it's not necessarily the best situation, because now we have to level through into the actual Pec Major, into the Pec Minor. The best way actually is getting into this situation and going into his Pec Minor this way. So we already know that his Pec Minor comes from the ribs 2, 3, and 4, and it comes up to his coracoid process. So what we actually want to do is we want to take the pec out of its way. So this, see, I'm taking the pec out of this way, and I'm getting into the inside of his Pec Minor. Now, how are we going to do that with the ball? So this is why this is really important. The equipment that you use is going to dictate how you're going to smash. The bigger one is not going to be able to get into this Pec Minor. A smaller ball like this, or a lacrosse ball, or even a golf ball will be able to get into it. The really important part is that he keeps into this position like this, and what he's going to do is he's going to smash on the inside, so moving the Pec Major out of its way and getting on the inside of his rib and smashing like so. All right? Now, how does that look when we're doing that by ourselves? Well, what he's going to do is he's going to find a pole or a rack or whatever. I like to use door frame. I get into this position, I find the area where the Pec Minor is, and then I just begin to smash. Now, what's our two rules again? Our first rule is what?
Tension.
Tension. So we want to create tension. How do we create tension? We create tension by creating our elbow to come up and our shoulders back. Good. And now the second thing is what? Time. We want to create time. So we're going to smash into this region for about 90 seconds. All right, so that's how you smash into your Pec Major and your Pec Minor. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to give us a ring, a text, whatever. Our social media stuff is right here. And move free, humans.